push the advantage here. He's already at least guaranteed to be the furthest placing Chicagoan in bracket, I believe.
Yeah.
Although he's, well, no, actually that's not true because he's tied with Atata because Atata got the dub in Losers 8s. So he's at least tied with Atata at this point.
The cool thing about Ravenking is he never seems cold on his characters. If he switches between like the Joker or Ike, you don't see too much of a difference, even if he hasn't played them like all day.
I am sure he has days where he is more of a Joker player than an Ike player, but that's why he'll just play Ike less that day. And
Definitely.
Like he knows when his Ike is cold and he just won't pick it.
Yeah.
It's confidence in that character selection, and that's something that like a lot of us who practice many characters can learn from.
Yeah.
Right? Being able to identify that.
And I do respect, because he went the whole last iteration and the early stages of this game only playing Ike and finally decided it was time for a secondary to really just make his matchup spread so much better. Skittles, though, didn't find the confirm off that spin attack. And this stock is actually way more even than it looks.
Yeah, weird trades every which way.
They're both very much at kill percent.
That Nair just not going to be enough to KO yet. And, oh, Ravenking maybe respecting it, returning Boomerang a little too much, which means that as soon as he drops that shield, the up air was there to punish. Now Skittles going to take an early lead.
Yeah, it's just hard sometimes. That shield stun from Boomerang on your shield can lead to so much more pressure on your shield from that little gremlin that is Youngling.
Oh, but breaking the zone here with the grab, not going to lead to too much else.
Yeah, when Skittles takes that first stock lead, he really tries to play like a fly that just tacks on more damage. Uses the bomb to smartly recover, but the counter's going to take that first stock.
What a great wait from Ravenking.
Absolutely.
He knew the bomb was coming, and he finished the job.
Yeah. And yeah, that's tough, because they can either use it the spin attack immediately after the bomb, or they can jump, they can do all sorts of things, but he took his time.
Definitely easier said than done there.
Yeah.
Okay, then they're going to create some space on the ground here for Ravenking, but he still has to maneuver past all these projectiles. All right, gets a couple of hits in edgewise. Sneaking back onto the ledge, but there's a bomb waiting, and oh, that second hit of the forward air does not quite hit. That's the Youngling special, is sometimes those confirms that look like they're so good, they just whiff on the last hit, whether it's up B or it's forward air or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh, what a wait,
Nair's gonna take it. It's crazy that Nair actually kills. I mean, obviously it takes a while, but for how weak it looks and feels, it really takes home those stocks when it needs to.
And Skittles waited out the super armor on the up B at the perfect time when it was descending.
Yeah, that character in general is another like knowledge check, as in like how to really abuse his recovery. Ike, Crom, you name it. Those super armory sorts of styles. Wow, he tries to get the spike hit off his up. He isn't going to connect it, and Skittles really in a good position to take this first game home.
And working on like extending this lead. It's just a matter of time at this point before Ike falls victim to one of these quick kill moves from Youngling. Yep, dash attack. Not really a confirm or nothing else. Just gets it done.
Yeah. He knew he didn't have to do much more than dash attack there, and that was the safest option to punish it, and that's going to be a game one for Mr. Skittles.
Clean gameplay.
605 Skittles.
Yes, 605 Mr. Skittles. He, I mentioned it earlier, he is just so proficient at traveling all over the Midwest for some of these offline brackets. Yeah. Definitely not going to miss Frosty Faustings this year.
No, sir. Ravenking thinking hard about his counter pick, it seems. This isn't a matchup you get to play too often here in Illinois.
I would think a little bit about the Joker.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's going Persona Music, it might be a Joker thing, but Fire Emblem Music is also fantastic. Really, you can't go wrong on the music counter pick.
Yeah, the hymnal choir just supporting you.
Go with the harpsichord from Radiant Dawn.
Right, oh yeah.
Love that pick.
I love Castle Siege, rest in peace. I only pair that song with
Did you commentate Midwest Mayhem Ultimate where that was legal?
Yeah, but I never got it. I never got it.
Oh.
I never got it on a set.
Yeah, I did Bushi versus what was it? A lot of Bushi. Yeah, Bushi versus Ken. A lot of Bushi sets. He just went to Castle Siege. It was his particular kind of. And Ken was like, after the tournament, he did the interview, and he was like, "Why is Castle Siege legal?"
Free Castle Siege. Let's start a new movement. But yeah, switches to the
and we were like, the game came out last week, Ken. That's why Castle Siege was legal. We were trying it.
We're trying things before we lock in. 2 spin attacks. Very nice, though. We have the Velvet Room song pick.
Yeah, classic across all the Persona games. And, well, it's going to match the character for sure.
Yeah, it is one of my favorites, I'd say.
And this really is more of a slower and steadier matchup, I believe, than the one that Ravenking wanted to play in Ike versus Young Link, where you just wanted his confirms to work a little bit quicker. However, Young Link's neutral gameplay was just so disruptive. Just barely off the mark, and you're going to pay the price! Arsene says no.
What is he doing under the stage?
Look at him go! He did the re-grab.
They're having a whole projectile battle, and this is beautiful.
Yeah, gun movement under the stage, it's so clean.
I will say, this song is very hype. But yeah,
I agree.
I didn't expect these two characters to have that much of a zoning battle, but they really were just kind of shooting their energy.
It allows Ravenking a little bit more time to take his time out of the corner there. So you saw he just kind of waited in shield, and Skittles didn't want to throw out the grab. So instead, he's waited out like, a spot dodge and whatnot. However, Skittles does find a confirm from the spin attack into the up air.
Definitely. We have such an even game. I think the Joker pick working out for him quite nicely. His recoveries off stage are much less linear when he's not as reliant on ether from Ike's side.
Over here comes the big boy.
The big boy. The Ganondorf silhouette.
The Ganondorf assist, if you will.
Yeah, right. You're just a Sheik that eventually gets a big Pigman behind you. The back air.
Everyone else is playing Marvel, or is playing Street Fighter, and you're playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where you got the assist in the back end.
That's right. Notice how Skittles was so scared. Ravenking kind of floated with those guns, didn't let the back air rip quite yet, and he was so scared that he fell too low to recover. And that was a beautiful edgeguard sequence by Ravenking.
We saw a bit of that in Farron's Joker previously in the pools round, and now we're seeing it in Ravenking's gameplay, where he's just so confident going low with this Joker. And that's going to be very disruptive versus Young Link, as we've already seen, and we'll continue to see in this game, maybe the rest of the set, as Ravenking working on this lead a bit more, 70% already worked up.
Definitely. I'm glad to see Ravenking play aggressive and reactive out of the hit stun, because if he played defensively, Skittles would have got that boomerang and maybe a frame trap, and it would have gotten ugly.
And I love the confident gun usage, and look at the spacing, he just waits out the hook shot. Wow. However, here comes Skittles.
Yeah. Skittles said, down air? Pogo stick?
Oh, what a weird scramble. I actually thought that was Joker who flew there for a second, but instead it's
As
going to
did
be
I, actually. Even though Skittles shows a different palette completely, it's so confusing.
Okay, quick combos, but here comes Ganondorf.
Yeah, and let's see how Skittles plays this differently. Will
Slowing
his
it down.
aggression change? Yeah, clearly he's just waiting it out.
There are some matchups where that Tetrakarn is super invaluable versus projectiles. In this one, the Reflect isn't great. So Young Link not too afraid to throw out those fire arrows or throw out that boomerang.
Absolutely not. Gonna go for the, I was gonna say, is that a Nair? Nair would have made the most sense.
What a recovery!
Oh my God.
He needed the gun drift to make it back. If he didn't have that gun drift, Joker was dead.
Goes down. Oh my gosh, that lingers for so long. Poor Ravenking. That move is so infuriating.
He double dipped.
Yeah.
It lingered, and then he did another one rising, and just, that's a dead Joker.
Yeah. It's like you can productively carry your momentum back towards the stage while you're obviously lingering that Nair.
I think Joker is the right pick, though.
Yeah.
However, Skittles clutch. He is just clutch.
He is clutch. 3, 2, Ravenking tasted the rainbow.
Go!
Let's see if he can get it done in game number 3 to continue this set.
Right, they're going to just take turns swinging with these moves that don't do much damage, but use enough of them and you'll see some damage.
And it results in a lot of stage positioning if you can land enough of them in a row, as you see here from Skittles, who already has 90% and is just trying to keep this corner pressure. However, Arsene might break that zone.
Tetragon!
Very relevant versus that move. And okay, knocking Young Link away.
I'd like to see it a little more, but it's hard to use too much, especially against Skittles, who's so receptive.
He's good at mixing up the recoveries in such a way that you just don't expect it.
Yeah. I feel like you're almost losing more on these. When you're trying to stop Skittles' recovery, if you whip, you're losing more than you're gaining. It's almost like you got to evaluate the risk.
Indeed. However,
wow, gets the spike, goes for up air instead of fair.
And the Nair just kills in that spot. That's what you were talking about. Just kill power from center stage when it's fresh.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Very, very slept on. Love seeing Skittles drift off stage with the back air. Looks so safe when you can just default to the edge like that. Oh my gosh, cancels the tether, tries to get the back air.
And the exploding bomb ruined the grab attempt. Ravenking had the idea, just barely off the mark, and this is gonna allow Skittles to work on this percent lead even more and more. Oh, is he gonna die for this?
Oh my gosh.
He might? No, okay.
Oh my gosh. Collapse back with the Tetrakarn.
I was so scared for Ravenking there. And it's just sneaking in the gun that keeps him alive again.
Yeah, not only does it delay, but it's like a little bit of an offensive tool on your way back.
Now it's Young Link's turn not to be afraid of the grab, because he knows that there's really no kill options out of grab at 150% with no Arsene.
Surprised that missed. Spot dodge or not. Down gun's gonna do some work. Gotta follow up on that bomb explosion though.
No, instead Arsene flies all the way to the left side.
These guys are bleeding out here in the red zone. Gonna just use that Nair. Oh my gosh. Doesn't play defensively in that moment. He says it's my turn.
He needed to risk it. At 166% with this Arsene, if you didn't get that stock going, you'd be at another stock with no Arsene.
Yes.
Down 3 stocks to 1, and that'd be a huge deal. Now you're down 2 stocks to 1 with no Arsene, which is definitely still bad.
But just look how much that Arsene damage packed up on the new stock. It's like it was so worth just because you'd get a few exchanges with Arsene still on that last stock.
Yeah, worth risking it, for sure. Playing a little bit more aggro than you'd expect.
Totally. The quick wall jump into Arrow.
And now walling out, knocking this Young Link to the right side of the stage, holding the bomb in hand. Oh, what a turn around! I did not expect that Arsene to show up when it did.
Not at all, and now we have a game where you can get 64 and even this out quite quickly if you get a few meaty hits with this Arsene.
I'll sneak in by the arrows, but okay.
Skittles gonna camp his ass off. The pinwheel's gonna connect though.
If that down tilt connected, that could have been maybe a confirm into stock.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
No doubt. Tries to just juice up with more of these up airs. Doesn't quite get it.
Ravenking slowing down the pace a little bit. Trying to throw out the Rebels guard, get that Arsene going. He needs one more Arsene if he's going to help win this game.
He's going to, he's trying to farm these projectiles, man. So, I forget, does it move up pretty slowly when you're not taking damage?
It only moves up when you're taking damage.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
And Rebels guard speeds it up quite a bit. Okay, so that 5% was the difference. And now Arsene is here to play.
Right,
and it's going to be very relevant to the end of this game.
Curse still lingering on him.
Ooh!
Oh my god!
But it was a bait into the up smash somehow, some way.
So deceptive. Skittles taking that beautifully, and we've seen so many 3-0s here today in the top 8. Now they're just talking about it. Doing their thing as friends do. Wow, what a set.
That was exciting smash, even though the scoreboard says 3-0, just the difference of inches there in that last game.
I love seeing that rapid adaptation that these last few players have shown, but Ravenking specifically switching to that Joker and kind of just knowing when to throw in the towel on his previous character, put up a really good fight. Those were all last hit.